Hey guys, what's up? I hope you all are doing amazingly fine. 16 long days, or probably more since the last video. I know it's been quite a long time, but firstly, apologies for being so inactive. But the reason is that DGC exams are out, new batches have started, and there is like literally sim training. इतना सारा sim training कराना है कि God knows. But again, here I am to help you guys out with another topic on which a lot of you have been asking me questions for quite a long time, but I was not able to give a lot of you replies and any definitive answer to it. So I thought, why not just make a video and give you a rough idea of how much money you require to be a pilot. Yes, ये काफ़ी लोगों का क्वेश्चन होता है, स्पेशली पीपल हु आर फ्रॉम द मिडिल क्लास, लोअर मिडिल क्लास, अपर मिडिल क्लास, एंड हु हैव एम्बिशन एंड हु एस्पायर टू बी पायलट्स. It's amazing. I mean, I also belong to a middle class family, and it takes a lot of courage for your parents, for yourself, to get into the industry which is so glamorous and is so rewarding. But in order to reach there, you need to also spend some money to get your CPL. I'll show you my CPL in a while, and the other steps after that. So, with that said, let's get into the video. But before that, intro. So without wasting any further time, let's talk straight to the point. So we're going to talk about how the fee is distributed when you talk about doing your CPL. Okay, now CPL consists of two branches: flying training and ground training. Ground training costs you quite comparatively less to your flying training. Flying is the major part where you're going to spend most of your money, not only during your CPL but even after that. Now let me give you an example of how much it's going to cost you to just do your ground training. Okay, now ground training depends where you're going to do it, whether you're doing it with a flying club or whether you're doing it privately. Now DGCA does not have any objection to you doing it with a flying club or your private institute. You just need to clear the DGCA papers. You do not need to go to a flying club and take their training in order to clear all your DGCA papers. You can do it elsewhere as well. But again, DGCA has certain norms that flying clubs have to take a certain amount of flying training, and that's what they do. But that depends on person to person. At this point, I think a lot of students who have some type of knowledge about CPL or what they're gonna do, most of them do private classes, they clear their papers and then go to flying clubs to do their flying training, which is a good option as well. But someone who's completely new, who does not have any background, they usually go to the flying club. The flying club does 3 to 4 months of ground training, and that is that fee, whatever is required for or towards their ground training, is considered in their complete package. Surely, when you approach a flying club, they will tell you that this much amount of fees is for your ground training and so on. Now, flying clubs do not earn major portion of it through ground training, so the ground training fees in most of the flying clubs will be comparatively less to if you go outside and take classes. It's clear, right? I mean, flying club, it's a flying club. They get money out of you, or the major part of your training comes out of flying, as I told you. So they charge you on hourly basis. Now in India, the cost of flying is at this point, the range is like not even close. Like the minimum would go somewhere around 9,500 per hour. Remember, you have to do 200 hours, so you can do the math. 9,500 into 200, dekh lo yaar. Now that's something I'm talking about subsidized government flying clubs, okay, which are I won't say the flying is bad, but it's gonna take you a lot of time because there are a lot of students in these flying clubs. The facilities are not that great, and you're gonna just waste a lot of time in order to save money. And trust me, if you ask me, time is money. I would say it's above money. Okay. Next, talking about the other private institutes or private flying clubs. Now they will charge you a little more. Now it goes ranging from around 12,000-13,000 to even 21 and 22,000 per hour. But again, that decides completely on you where you fly. In India, you have, I guess, 29 flying clubs and all, and the top tier flying clubs are going to cost you a bit. But if you go to the mid tier, or even don't go to the low tier, the mid tier flying clubs, the fees are reasonable. You can look around somewhere in 15 to 14,000, even 13,000 for that matter, per hour, and that's what it will cost you. So if you do the math, like consider, let's say, around 13,000 per hour, and you do 200 hours of flying initially on your single engine, just saying single engine first, it will cost you somewhere around 20 to 30 lakh rupees. Okay, now that is a reasonable fee in order to do a CPL. I remember back in the day when I did my CPL along with multi-engine had costed me somewhere around that range, 32 lakhs. Now I finished my CPL three years back. Yeah. Now if you see today, 3 years in the future, that is in 2020, it's gonna take you much more. Like you would require 30 to 32 lakhs just to do your single engine, and as I told you, that's quite a good price. I told you about single engine flying. Now if you're doing multi-engine flying, which in today's time is mostly the requirement of most of the airlines, because most of the airlines which are flying A320 aircraft, because Airbus in India requires a multi-engine training to be done before even you go for your rating. So if you don't have a multi-engine rating, you will not even be able to apply for most of the vacancies that come in. So all students at this point, they do like multi-engine rating no matter what. And sadly, the multi-engine cost right now in the country is quite hyped up. I mean, it's touching above the sky, probably going to space somewhere, reaching Mars very soon. Now I have no reason why. It's probably supply and demand at this point. The demand is a lot. Even in the pandemic period, I'll tell you guys that there are a lot of students who are opting for CPL. I mean, even knowing what the conditions are, and it's good bad in both, no, I can't actually comment on this. This is quite this topic is for another video. We'll make a video on this. As I was saying, multi-engine training will cost you around 7 to 8 lakhs. Now, I didn't come to this figure randomly. Usually, I did a bit research, and at this point, if you see in most of the flying clubs, multi-engine cost, you take it for a DA-42 aircraft, you take it for a PA-34, you take it for a TechNam, or TechNams are a little cheaper, but the average goes around like 45,000 per hour. Yeah, 45,000 per hour, and you have to do around 15 hours. So you can do the math, it sums up to somewhere around that range. I give you an average. The figure that I gave you had, I took the top figure that comes in. It's around 52,000. You can Google it, you'll find a lot of flying clubs charging that much money for multi-engine rating. I mean, if you put 3 lakhs more in that, you will probably finish up your type rating. Aviation is an expensive business. Hello, Miljul ke, let's come to a very bold and quite a heavy figure, which is not gonna be melody to your ears. 40 lakhs. Yeah, you can expect somewhere around 36 to 40 lakhs. That will be just for your flying training. Now, one point to note is that I still haven't added any accommodation cost, food or travel or stuff. Now, accommodation, let's say that being super optimistic, okay, let's say you finish your CPL in a year and a half. A year and a half at any ordinary flying club, you will at least be charged around 10 grand per month. So you can see how much money you're going to spend up. You're going to spend up at least, let's say, 2 to 2.5 lakhs for accommodation and food, giving you a mota figure. Okay, so that's what extra you need to consider for when especially if you're opting for finance or loan, which a lot of students do, and please add that up as well. Do not just consider your flying. One more thing to add is your examination fees. Now, if you stay at some place where DGCA does not conduct exams, which is highly unlikely, but still just giving you an hypothetical situation, in that case you will have to travel from your city to a city where you opt to give your exam. Also, if your flying club is situated in a place where DGCA exams don't happen, you'll have to come back to your hometown. Travel cost, then you have exam cost as well. Every single DGCA exam costs 2,500 rupees, which you have to pay it on the DGCA site, and that is the examination fees. They're conducting an online exam, and it is pretty good. Initially it was for the offline papers. Back when I was giving the things, it was some of the papers were offline, so they were charging only 500 for that. But since now every single paper is online, and it's 2,500. So if you're opting for all the 5 papers, imagine you're paying 12,500 just to appear for one attempt. If you clear, well and good. If you don't, you have to pay that again. Expensive. Now coming to the next part, that is about your stationery, books and whatnot. Like, let me show you. So you see this is a flight computer. Okay, this thing is required for your navigation exam, and it costs you around 13,000 rupees. Yeah, retail. Okay, 13,000 rupees retail. Now, being very honest, I teach navigation myself. This thing will only be used in your exam. I've never used it in my personal life ever after clearing my exams, even my ATPL for that matter. I've never used it after that. I mean, I just use it for training students and stuff. But 13,000 guys. So that's just a calculator, you can say, which does a little more than a basic scientific calculator. Apart from that, your books are usually available online, but again, if you get them, if you have someone who can provide, otherwise you'll have to buy most of the books. Apart from that, every single other thing that you buy for flying, maybe a Douglas protractor, maybe a nautical mile ruler. I mean, the tag aviation, just that tag aviation increases the whole cost by like 5-6 times at least. I mean, I have a nautical mile ruler. It's with my brother right now, he's flying. It's a basic ruler. It costs 1,500 rupees. I'm not even kidding. It's a 30 centimeter ruler, but it's Jepson's ruler, so it costs more. So you need to take care of all of this as well. So that's also going to cost you a good, let's say, 25 to 30,000 or more. I'm just giving you a very, on the lower side. So guys, by this time you have got a figure in your head, right? 40, 42, 43 lakhs, let's say, and that's how much it's going to cost for just a CPL license. Now after that, you also have your type rating. I'm not going to talk a lot about type rating. I have thought about a very nice video in the next video in which I will talk about type rating. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet and you are someone who is doing your CPL or wanting to do in the near future, do hit that subscribe button and also ring the bell next to it so that you get notified of my next video and you can learn a bit from it. So I guess I've given you a fair idea. So take in mind around 43 to 45 lakhs, which is going to be the cost of a basic CPL with your multi-engine rating. Apart from that, about type rating, as I told you, I'll talk in the next video. And for most of the people who are here, I know a lot of you would be opting for loans, but guys, you might be really passionate, but you need to think this through. Okay. Also, for parents who are watching this, it is my request that you plan everything accordingly, and do not if your child or if you yourself are going to do your CPL as a student, please plan accordingly. I've given you a figure. Now most of the flying clubs, and this is a good thing, most of the flying clubs do offer installment payments, so they will not charge you no flying club would, to be honest, charge you the whole amount. They will give you a proper fee structure in which you have to pay the amount. Now when you're going to start your training, you should have a fair idea of how much is going to cost. As I always suggest to all of you, please focus on your examinations first. If you clear your examinations, your flying can be done much faster, because any flying club you go, the person who has cleared the papers will be given a higher priority compared to someone who's just going there and saying, "Ki sir, do my flying." Of course, they will do your flying, but it will be at a slower pace, which will make you lose time. You'll have to pay other things like your accommodation, food, etc. So first try to clear your papers. Once you clear your papers, finish up your flying in one go and get your CPL done. So for anyone who's opting for loans in something, getting loans for our particular field is a task. At least at the current conditions, you need to have some collateral or something, and for that you need to talk to your banks. But again, I hope that this video was helpful to most of you guys. If anyone has any more doubts, do write to me. You can email me, you can DM me on my Instagram as well. I try to reply to all of you, but please put up the question. Do not say hi. It gets difficult to reply to everyone when I don't know from what perspective you guys want to talk to me. So with that said, I guess let's end the video here. Do hit the subscribe button. Also, I forgot to say, we are starting new batches at Maverick Aviation after this attempt, and most of our students are almost prepped up for the upcoming DGC attempts. And I hope all of you, anyone who's watching this video, is appearing for the attempt. Wish you luck, crack it, and become a pilot soon. So God bless you all, take care, stay safe, and like I always say, stay golden. Bye bye.